still alive and well. Only time will tell if you the type of dude that'll ride and tell. I got the clientele for making giant sales. I fishtail the SL right in front of the jail. Bail and cash, I failed the math.
Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be my spring 2017 starting lineup. A lot of you guys know, spring isn't my most favorite season for fragrances. That's definitely fall and winter, but it's also not my least favorite, which is probably summer, just because you really have to stick to certain things. Certainly, during the daytime and at work, if you're going to be in a cooler place in the evening, you could branch out a little bit, but you really get a lot of freedom in fall, certainly, and in winter and fall you could wear almost anything. Spring isn't awful because you can wear your warmer weather juice, and you can wear some things you can wear in cooler weather. So I think I have a pretty eclectic list. As I said, I haven't added a ton of new fragrances this year. I have had a bunch of stuff sent to me, and so this is just what I'm really wearing this spring, what I've been enjoying. I do like to do these lists in the middle of the season. I like to do them early enough so that if there's something you see, you can still check it out if you're interested, and it'll late enough so that I can give you an accurate portrayal of the fragrances that I'm actually wearing. So let's just get right into the video. So what I've been wearing signature-wise this spring, I actually had to break this down into two different fragrances because they're so similar to me, and I've just been going back and forth with them because I like them both so much. The first one is sort of the more classic take on this fragrance, and this is Traversy du Bosphore, which I did a review on my channel not so long ago, and this is a Bertrand Duchaufour fragrance that's meant to smell like a Turkish delight. You've got notes of iris and rose and tulip and leather and vanilla and the Turkish candy, Turkish delight, and it's really nice. It's sweet. The apple and leather is great. And then for a more modern take on this fragrance, and this I absolutely, when I smelled this, I was like, this is an updated version of this fragrance. It's really not that different. I think Traversy's a little bit better, but this is from Imaginary Authors, and this is the latest. I know a new one is coming soon, but this is Slow Explosions, and you can see just note-wise, we do have the rose, the leather, the apple. There's also saffron in this, so these are very closely related. They're very interchangeable. I do think they're different enough that you could own both and be happy. I recommend owning both because I think they're great. And as much as I do love Josh Meyer as a perfumer, I think this one's a little better. This is Duchaufour. It's a little bit better blend. The materials smell a little bit better. But they're both really great. So that's really, as you could tell, I've been wearing a good dose of both of these for my signature this spring. For my work scent, this is, I really do try not to wear this one that much, but if I have something big coming on at work, this is like creeping into my top 3 favorite fragrances of all time, maybe. Like, it's right there with Fahrenheit, Zing, I love Green Irish Tweed, I love Sartorial, but this might be a little bit above Sartorial for me right now. And this is from the house of Parfum MDCI, and this one is called Invasion Barbar. My God, guys, my God, just the violet and lavender and vanilla and cardamom, and it's this spicy barbershop classic, beautiful fragrance that just screams like well put together, man. It's incredible. To me, it might be this and Green Irish Tweed are probably my favorite work fragrances of all time. I just think they're great dressed up and great in an office. So that's been what I've been wearing quite a bit at work this spring. For my night out fragrance, this is a newer fragrance, at least to my collection. Not super new, but I got this within the last 6 months or so, I believe. And you could get this one on Latino now, I think, for like $60. And it's a really nice oud fragrance. Rose oud, it's that rose oud combo. There's saffron, there's quite a bit of spice. It comes in a beautiful bottle. Why I think it's great in the spring for a night out is because it's not dense. It's got a little bit of transparency to it. It's almost like if Jean-Claude Elena did a rose oud, but it's really nice. The oud just smells really good. It's to me a better quality than Montal oud, and it's just a gorgeous blend. And this is from the House of Lancôme, believe it or not. It's eau de parfum. It's called L'Autre Oud. And I just think it's really nice out in the springtime for a night out fragrance. It's just sort of soft and spicy, and the oud really stands out. It's quite well done. So I would give that one a look. I've been loving it, going out. My romantic fragrance, believe it or not, is from the House of Hugo Boss, and this is to me, maybe the best Boss fragrance I've smelled. I own two from this house. I own XY, which I think is horrible. I own this one, and I know that I need to get bottled at some point, and I know that I need to get Hugo, which is just something that reminds me very much of high school. I want it for the nostalgic factor. But this one called Bottled Oud. I'm just spraying it now. Oh, it's really good. It's a mix of green apple and oud. They claim there's real oud in that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But it's gorgeous. That mix of apple and oud is really nice. I think it just is a really sort of sweet, masculine, resinous fragrance. I think it does really well out on dates. I just think 1-2 sprays in the chest, or the mixture of the apple and oud is really comforting and sexy, and so I think that's a really good date night or romantic fragrance. Black Tie is from, you guys know how much I really do like this house. This is the House of Art de Parfum, and I was allowed to review anything from this line after I got samples. And there was a few I wanted, like their Wild Oud is really good. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not called, I forget what it's called, but their oud scent is really good. I really like the gin and tonic a lot, but this is my favorite. And I'm just a huge labdanum fan now that I'm making my own fragrances. Like, labdanum is one of my favorite notes, if not my favorite. I just love the way real raw labdanum smells. And this is, to me, labdanum in leather, and it's called Signature Wild. And I just think it's really nice, dressed up at night. I just think that labdanum, that leather, it's kind of sweet, a little bit fruity at the top, but just really nice. And it's an extrait, the parfum, so it lasts. It's going to get you through a full night easily. And then my daring fragrance, my favorite affordable niche line right now is Towerville, the Flash line. I haven't smelled Tuberose, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's the only one I haven't smelled. I know he did like a metal and Hyanthus, I think it is, or something like that. I haven't smelled that one either. This is the last one I smelled. And you kind of have to enjoy very fruity fragrances for this one, but I do. And I just think this one's really cool, and it's daring, and it's really bold. And it's only $60. So, like, if you don't like it, it's not the end of the world. And this one is called Fruit Chuli Flash. And it's just sort of this mix of stone fruit. Like, you have, like, apricot and peach and plum and stuff like that. And then you have this really light and airy patchouli, a very green patchouli. It's not, like, chocolatey patchouli or camphorous patchouli. It's sort of a green, fresh patchouli, and with that mix of fruits, it's a daring fragrance. Again, this is one you have to be careful with, because it definitely can seem a little femme. If you're heavy on the trigger, you're gonna smell almost like a Britney Spears fragrance, and that's no disrespect to Andy Tower, but if you spray too much, that super sweet fruitiness is just going to drown everything else out. So you want to be really careful on the trigger, and then just keep then you can smell the real green nature of the patchouli and the really wonderful fruitiness of the melange of fruits in this fragrance. So there you go, guys. Signature, sort of the tie between Traversée du Bois 4 and Slow Explosions. My work fragrances: Invasion Barbar by Parfum MDCI. My night out fragrance, L'Autre Oud. Again, just beautiful bottle here by Lancôme, Paris. My romantic fragrance, Boss Bottled Oud by Hugo Boss. My night out Signature Wild, my black tie, Signature Wild by Art de Parfum, and my daring fragrance, Fruit Chuli Flash by Towerville. So guys, thank you all so much for watching my spring 2017 starting lineup. I'll be back to hit you guys with more videos this week. Guys, you already know what it is. My name obviously is
G-stacks back to back. Stab the foil, then watch the oil. Boil you in the pot, then give the rock to my loyal clients. If they like it, you be supplying the biggest project in the